Should we just say screw it to the Democratic Party and actually trying to be progressive and make change because people on the right found Kamala to be too far left, even though that's not based in reality. That's not based on her 2024 platform. Kamala ran an incredibly moderate campaign, and she moved to the right on issues she was to the left on in her 2019 primary campaign. But people were still stuck on those old policy positions she had, and then the shift comes off as inauthentic. And I think this is a huge problem in the Democratic Party as a whole right now, inauthenticity. We can think what we want about Donald Trump and actually probably know a lot of it to be true, but a big reason he appeals to a lot of people, one, is that he offers radical change of the system, and they find him to be incredibly authentic. Yeah, we can hate everything he says, but people believe him when he says it. And it's tough to have a candidate like Kamala Harris who went from supporting Medicare for all, defunding the police, abolishing ICE, decriminalizing border crossings, allowing felons to vote in prisons, and banning fracking, to suddenly 4 years later, all of those policies have changed and shifted, all to appeal to the right. They see that as inauthentic. And I think it's clear with Kamala, they didn't believe her when she said that she had changed and she'd gone more moderate and she'd gone more right. Blueprint 2024 did a study on why people didn't vote for Kamala, and they felt she was too focused on cultural issues and not focused enough on helping the middle class. In another Blueprint 2024 study, 80% of swing voters thought she held policy positions like the ones I mentioned earlier, even though she didn't campaign on them in 2024 or had fully rolled back her position. And I just don't think this works. If this was the secret recipe to win a general election, we wouldn't have had Trump in 2016 and we wouldn't have had Trump in 2024. They're not getting the voters they're trying to get, and in doing this, they are pissing off a good portion of the left who feel rightfully that they've been abandoned. And similarly, just not being Donald Trump, not being MAGA, doesn't win you elections either.